Chapter 3. Decide whether each statement must be true or false. So our angle 2 and 10 corresponding. So 2 and 10 are both corresponding angles if these two are your parallel lines and this is your transversal. So this is true. 3 and 7 are alternate interior angles. That's true because C is the transversal and A and B are the parallel lines. So this one's true. 1 and 8 are same side interior angles. That's false. They are adjacent. They're right next to each other, so they couldn't be. Same side interior angles would be like 8 and 9, 7 and 10, 7 and 6, 2 and 3. Number 25. If 11 and 15 are congruent, then the two lines are parallel. That is true because these are both alternate interior angles. So if the alternate angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. That is true by the converse of the alternate interior angles theorem. And then number 27, if 14 and 15 are supplementary, then C is parallel to D. Actually, that's false because this is a transversal and these are the two parallel lines. So these won't be the lines that are parallel. It would be lines A and B are parallel. So this is false. And then number 28 and 29, using what we know about triangles, find the missing angle measure. So I know that this one has to be 35 degrees because of this triangle right here. So if X is 35, then Y is 145. Or you could have done that 90 and 55 add up to 145. And so Z is from this triangle, you do 180 minus 10 minus 145, which is 25 degrees. And then 29, so we could figure out what C is by doing 180 minus 44 minus 53. So C is 83 degrees, which makes B 97 because these two are add up to 180. So to figure out what A is, you do 180 minus 97 minus 28, which is 55. Because all three of these need to add up to 180. Okay, to find the missing angle measures right here, you need to figure out how many degrees total are in this figure. So you have to use the formula n minus 2 times 180. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So it's a pentagon. So I do 5 minus 2 times 180 and get 540 degrees. So then I'm going to do 540 minus 80 minus 100 minus 160 minus 91, and I get 109. So this is 109 degrees. Same thing with 31. I have to figure out how many degrees total are in this figure. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 minus 2 times 180. So it's 4 times 180 is 720. So it's 720 degrees total in this hexagon. So I do 720 minus 90 because of this right angle, minus 124, minus 150, minus 93, minus 130, and I get 133 degrees. And then down here, write the equation in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept. So I have 2 points. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it in point-slope form. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So I got to find the slope first. So the slope is 8 minus 2 over 6 minus 0. So it's 6 over 6, which is 1. Then I take the slope in 1 point and write it into point-slope form. So it's y minus 8 equals 1 times x minus 6. And now I need to solve for y. So it's y minus 8 equals x minus 6. So I add 8 to each side, so y equals x plus 2. A faster way of doing that problem is looking at, this is actually the y-intercept. 2 is the y-intercept because x is 0. So you could have just went slope is 1, y-intercept is 2. The second problem, I'm going to do the same way. I'm going to find the slope. So it's 2 take away 0 minus negative 5 minus 5. Oops. So it's 2 over negative 10, which is negative 1/5. So this is the slope, and then I'm going to pick one point and plug it in. So it's y minus 0 equals negative 1/5 times x minus 5. So it's y equals negative 1/5 x. Negative 1/5 times negative 5 is plus 1. Slope-intercept form. And then supply the missing reasons for in the proof. So, if you're given that A is parallel to B, I'm just following, I'm given this right here. Normally, I would just say, oh, if we know that A is parallel to B, then we know that angle 1 and angle 3 have to be congruent by the corresponding angles postulate. But this is actually a proof of the corresponding angles postulate that we're going to plug in. So why is angle 1 congruent to angle 2? This is by the alternate interior angles theorem. It's not the converse because we know the lines are parallel, so therefore the angles are congruent. Why is angle 2 congruent to angle 3? Well, by the vertical angle theorem. And then the last one, why is angle 1 congruent to angle 3? Well, we can't use the corresponding angles postulate because this is what we're proving here. So if you look at your previous lines, if 1 is congruent to angle 2 and 2 is congruent to angle 3, then 1 is congruent to angle 3 by the transitive property. So transitive.